Hello YouTube, this is RobotnikIsSexy, and wow, I just had a battle with Data, one of my greatest Pokemon friends, other than Mike and Steve and some others. It is a overused match, although I'm not sure what tier Ditto is, but we'll forget about that for now. Lead off with Trollolol, and my plan is sub until he misses with Draco Meteor. That's my plan, and it doesn't really work, especially since I forgot to put leftovers on it. I actually put wide lens on it because I really hate it when I miss with Leech Seed and Stun Spore. So yeah, I'm gonna put leftovers on it from now on because I realized that you can sub more with it, like right here. I try to sub, but I'm too weak to sub, and that makes me look rather foolish, and if he stayed in he would have killed me. But luckily he switches out, and I miss with Stun Spore even though I have the frickin' wide lens, and that is just infuriating. I live with 8 and go to Jim Henson, the Hydreigon, and his taunt wears off, so I'm thinking, alright, Fire Blast is definitely the best thing to do, because last time I fought Data I learned that if you can bend fire against Ferrothorn, you better do it, and that is an Avatar reference, because I am like 12. I call the Toxic and go into Bozo the Killer Clown. I think he makes a bad move in general. He somehow predicts a fighting move even though he had a Ghost out. I'm not sure if I can blame that on him watching TV or anything. I don't think he was watching TV, so that's just kind of a misplay for him. But I am not complaining. I hate Latios with every fiber of my being, so getting him out of the way just makes me feel like $100. He tries to deep punch a Ghost, it doesn't work, goes into Ferrothorn, who I Sclad, and I get that lucky burn. I just get burns all over the place. I'm burning, I'm going crazy. He Leech Seeds but misses, but that kinda sucks. That kinda really sucks, because my missing Fire Blast kinda didn't matter, because I knew he wasn't going to stay in anyway. But yeah. Oh, it kinda sucks, but you know, I missed some moves too. I'm trying to hit him, and he's protecting to stall out my poison damage. For some reason, he lets me hit him. Maybe he thought he would outspeed, or maybe he didn't have any other Pokemon who he wanted to get hit. But I don't know. All I see is that 2 of the best Pokemon in this metagame have just fainted, so that is a huge relief to my heart, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, Latios and Ferrothorn are down, so it's clear sailing, really. I think I make kind of an error here. I go for the Drain Punch a second time when I should have just gone for the Mach Punch. I was kind of worried that he would live from the Mach Punch, but now that I reconsider right now, I think he probably would have died or fainted from the poison, the guts boosted Drain Punch, the Mach Punch. Well, anyway, that part's over. He goes into Ditto, who I don't think is illegal yet, but I predict his Mach Punch anyway, so that's fine, and he's locked into Choice Scarf, of course, because that's the only way to use Ditto in the entire universe, although I think if I had one, I would probably give it that powder that increases defense, because it's like a Ditto only item, and it would be cool. I don't know. We Toxic each other. I go to Jim Henson, and I bluff the Dark Pulse, but he either sees through my charade or doesn't care and uses Toxic, which is effective, because I'm just bluffing Dark Pulse anyway. I actually do have it, but I really want him to switch into his Dragonite, I guess? I don't know. I should have used Dark Pulse. Anyway, moving on, I predict that recover because he's at half health and it's really the best thing to do, and Trollolol actually does something instead of just dying, kind of like last match. And that's basically what Whimsicott does. He helps out by statusing or taunting one Pokemon and then he dies. So, I don't know, whenever I use Whimsicott myself, I get trolled. So that's pretty funny. But, now that he's taunted, he cannot recover, so I predict his switch and throw on a substitute, so that is pretty awesome, and surprisingly I outspeed. I think I have some speed EVs, but I don't know. I guess Dragonite's slow. So I put a burn on, and he's like, "Oh man," and I'm like, "Yeah, man," because burning Dragonite is pro, which means that it's good. And this is the stalliest part of the match, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time, because it's really kind of boring. But here's my game plan. Everybody, this is my game plan. The game plan is let him kill Rotom Wash and then just revenge kill with Steel Gem Bullet Punch on Scissor. That's my first course of action. But he isn't really hitting me, so I'm like, alright, plan B. Stall out his Roost PP, because obviously that's the only other thing that's going to happen. But a plan D actually happens, which you're going to see in a moment. Actually, yeah, I'll just tell you when it happens. I don't want to spoil it, you guys. And for some reason it's like tinted blue there. I don't know. I just record with a little digital camera, so I don't know what the color changes are there for. And he roosts some more, and at some point he is going to use Outrage. Spoilers. I think he Dragon Dances one more time, or something. I'm not sure. But, you know, he's burned, so every Dragon Dance he does, he has to consider a -2 into his DD ups, except for the speed part, but yeah, so his attack power is not going to be as high as it ought to be, because he's burned, but that's obvious, and I don't really need to explain that to you at all. So yeah, I live with 14 HP, because Laundry Day is a very dangerous day. And I actually feigned his Dragonite after, like, stalling him for like 20 turns. He locks himself into Will-O-Wisp, and I was thinking to myself, is he going to do Discharge or Hydro Pump? Then I'm like, Will-O-Wisp. He's probably going to do it. So I just Will-O-Wisp him right back, which is actually really awesome. So Laundry Day really put in, like, a lot of work. He put in work. He did really, really well. We do a double switch because I know that he can't toxic my Bozo the Clown. And I'm thinking, well, if he heals, I'm just going to payback him in the face and he'll die. So he has to kill me, so he has to take some toxic damage. So it all works out in the end. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Going to Jim Henson, and I finally used that Dark Pulse. And, yeah, he goes into Ditto and turns into Hydreigon. And at this point in the game, we were kind of like being silly. We were like, oh, I hope it would be cool if I actually won and I crit all your Pokemon like 3 times. And I'm like, that would be cool. So I started thinking, we started just cheering on like we were talking on Skype for reals. Like true Pokemon friends. And we're like every time Draco hits, we're like, crit, 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 crit. Guess it would be hilarious if this was like a tie, or I don't know, if he won or something. But he hits Draco and it does just a little minuscule amount of damage, and I'm like, oh no! We're like, oh no! Oh, oh. But he has like 1 HP, so we're like, crit, 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 and it's like, oh, it does like nothing. So I defeated Data, and that is the game, YouTube, and see you later.